Overthinking is not a flaw. It's a response to fear. Over 70% of adults admit to overthinking at least once a day. In fact, it's one of the most common psychological habits in the world, and yet we don't talk about it enough. But here's the truth. Overthinking is exhausting. It can feel like you're stuck in your own head, replaying conversations, overanalyzing your every move, planning for scenarios that may never even happen. And no matter how many times you tell yourself to just stop, you can't. Because the problem isn't your thoughts, it's the fear behind them. In this video, we're going to uncover why you really overthink, the deep psychological patterns that drive it, how it quietly sabotages your peace, and most importantly, how to stop for real. Let's start by understanding the root cause. At its core, overthinking is a coping mechanism. It's your brain's way of trying to stay safe. Most overthinking starts with anxiety about uncertainty. We fear making the wrong choice, being judged, being misunderstood, and losing something important. And when the brain doesn't know what will happen, it tries to predict, control, and prevent. So it replays past events to find mistakes. It rehearses future conversations, hoping to get them just right. It scrutinizes every word, action, and possibility, trying to prevent pain before it happens. This is especially common in people who grew up in unstable or critical environments, were rewarded for being perfect or careful, have experienced emotional trauma or rejection, struggle with low self-worth. In other words, overthinking isn't a personality flaw. It's a protective strategy your brain learned. But while it may feel like protection, it's actually creating more harm. So, why is it so hard to stop overthinking, even when you know it's hurting you? That's because your brain has been conditioned to believe that. Thinking more makes fewer mistakes, analyzing more avoids pain, and predicting more stays in control. But in reality, overthinking doesn't prevent problems, it multiplies them. It turns every decision into a crisis. It makes you doubt your intuition. It kills your confidence. But your brain doesn't care about confidence. It cares about safety. And so, it keeps you stuck in mental loops, just trying to keep you from feeling regret, embarrassment, or loss. But this mental overprotection becomes mental suffocation. It's not just in your head. It shows up in your life. Overthinking quietly shapes your world in ways you may not even realize. Decision paralysis. You delay small choices, like replying to a message, because you're scared of saying the wrong thing. Sleepless nights. Your mind races with what-ifs and past conversations, stealing your rest. Self-sabotage. You hold back from opportunities, thinking you're not ready or you'll fail. Relationship anxiety. You overanalyze people's words, tone, or delays in texting, creating tension where none may exist. Mental burnout. You exhaust yourself mentally before anything even happens. All of this, just because your brain is trying to protect you from a pain that hasn't even happened. But you deserve more than survival mode. You deserve peace. So how do we stop overthinking? Let's be real. We're not going to break this habit overnight, but we can interrupt it. We can gently train our brain to trust, not spiral. Here are 5 gentle, science-backed tools to help you begin. First, name the loop. The moment you realize you're spiraling, say, "I'm overthinking." This is a loop, not reality. Labeling the thought pattern activates the rational part of your brain. It gives you distance. You become the observer, not the victim, of your mind. Second, the 5-minute rule. When you're stuck in indecision, give yourself 5 minutes to choose. Set a timer. When it ends, make your best choice and move on. You train your brain to value action over perfection. Clarity comes from doing, not thinking. Third, body before brain. Before trying to solve a mental spiral, do something physical. Breathe deeply, go for a walk, stretch and splash cold water. Overthinking lives in the nervous system, not just the brain. When the body calms, the mind follows. Fourth, daily thought dump. Spend 10 minutes each day journaling your thoughts, unfiltered. Let your brain dump everything onto paper. No judgment. No editing. It's like clearing clutter. When the noise has a place to go, it stops bouncing around in your mind. Fifth, ask the real question. Instead of staying stuck in surface thoughts, gently ask, what am I really afraid of here? Most overthinking is not about the task, it's about the emotion behind it. Fear of rejection, fear of not being enough, fear of losing control. And when you name the fear, it loses its power. Peace is not the absence of thought, it's the absence of fear. If you overthink, it means you care deeply. It means your mind is trying, maybe too hard, to keep you safe. But peace doesn't come from figuring everything out. It comes from letting go of what you can't control and choosing to trust yourself, even in the uncertainty. So the next time your brain spirals into a million what-ifs, pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I don't need to know everything. I just need to take one good step. You're not behind. You're not weak. You're learning to live in the present, and that's a powerful thing. You're not alone in this. Take care of your mind. Take care of your heart.